meaning that only those missile turrets are you know, the possibility to see them when they're cloaked. And yeah, Flash in the meantime still fighting off one base, and this will be a really fighting battle from this point on for him, because Fantasy will be slowly macroing up, and I think it's only a matter of time until Fantasy will be able to destroy this these forces that are trying to contain him up on the rock, and then throw another command center, probably at what would be more or less half past 6 o'clock, so or maybe like 7 o'clock, a little bit to his right, the expansion that I was talking about in the beginning. And Flash doesn't look very happy with the way this game is going for him. He will also need Goliaths pretty soon as well, because these raids are heading over towards his main, and I don't think that he's also going to be able to defend at the main, and he will be trying to throw an expansion of his own, of course, trying to, it's time for him to try to build up his economy as well, now that this attack has failed. And I don't think that he will be very successful at trying to build this command center, finally being able to push those wraiths away with the missile turret, but I think it's only a momentary, a temporary possibility of defending. I think that pretty soon, when those wraiths are going to be in high numbers out for Fantasy, it's going to really be very difficult for Flash to defend his main and this expansion that he has just been building. His starport is being destroyed right now, and you know, he really has no other possibility than, you know, just to lift it up and wait for it to be killed. I don't know. It's really difficult to see Flash playing like this, because, you know, I'm a big Flash fan, and I think, you know, he's going to stay in the game and try to do what he can, but I don't really see a lot of possibilities for him to come back into this one, simply because Fantasy is so far ahead in economy, and you see he's inflicting so much damage. Finally, Goliath's out for Flash. This is good news here, and Flash needs to use his impeccable micro to save those Goliaths and inflict a lot of damage to these wraiths. And again, the cloak problem for him. He cannot build turrets like all over the place, and he will also be losing some buildings in his main as well. And he is outnumbered in tanks in the meantime. Simply this macro that is coming in slowly but surely for Fantasy is devastating to Flash. I mean, it's really very hard to watch this, because it was a really big gamble in the beginning with that 14cc, and it was also a good defense. If Flash had gone for anything cheesier, then it would have, of course, been GG for Fantasy. It was very lucky of Fantasy that Flash played standard, and also good job on Fantasy. You have to acknowledge this, because he defended very well with that early attack, with that early dropship with the Marines by Flash. And he has also been playing very well now, harassing the whole time with these wraiths and slowly destroying this force that is containing him. I think you see unsieging his tanks. I think that this will be like the moment where he will try to break down these last tanks, 4 tanks versus 2 tanks, and he has the better range with that barracks floating around. So finally being able to break the contain, and I don't think that Flash can really spare any units to try to re-establish the contain. He will rather try to keep them close to his main and defend himself from the attack that Fantasy will very surely be throwing at him soon enough. And Fantasy is now capable of expanding as well at 7 o'clock. I'm pretty sure that he will be doing this very soon, expanding there at 7 o'clock, and I don't see Flash being able to really inflict any damage to that new expansion, meaning that that would be again an even bigger economic lead. And as you're seeing right now, it seems to be a new Wraith harass at Flash's expansion in the meantime by Fantasy. So Fantasy just, you know, it's his game to lose from this point on, and he's playing very cool. He's not doing anything crazy. He's just waiting his time, building up his troops. He knows that Flash will be behind as far as his army is concerned. He is constantly harassing with this race, and he has done a great job from the beginning of the game when he first got those wraiths to destroy a lot of Flash's units. And really, each of these tanks is so important for Flash, and losing them is horrible for him. But simply, he cannot do anything about it, and he has just way too little comsats to be able to see these wraiths the whole time. Finally, Cloak going away, which is good news for Flash, but really Flash being pushed all the way back, and I think that his expansion will go down very, very soon. And you see, oh man, and there come the reinforcement. This will be like really the last nail in Flash's coffin, and Flash seems to be very, very unhappy with the way he's played it out. I think really he has to kind of blame it on himself for not doing a better job at harassing in the beginning. I think he could have tried to go in with those Marines. He had like 4 versus 2 Marines in the beginning. He could have tried to go in, kill those Marines, and stop the SCV from building that bunker. I think if he would have done that and not made the drop tech, but rather concentrating on pumping out some more tanks, he would have actually been able to break Fantasy's contain and would have been able to take that game. But I think that going for the drop right there was a mistake on his part, and he is again forced to lift off the command center and stop. He's again fighting only from one base. He's only mining from one base, putting him even further behind in economy. And I think that I spy a commands that are being built at 7 o'clock in the meantime by Fantasy. It looks like that. Going for kamikaze tactics with the SCVs, and he will be able, of course, to destroy this attacking force, but it's only a matter of time until Fantasy comes in and you know, finishes him off. And I mean, come on, it's like 7 tanks and a couple of Goliaths supporting them as well. So Flash's superior micro does enable him to survive a little bit longer, but it's really just a matter of time. And I think it's really a good job on Flash's part for not GGing and still trying to fight this off until the end. And you know, this is kind of a hallmark of good players not giving up. I mean, if you've watched some commentators on old Boxer games, he was in some games really far behind, and nobody would have really believed he would come back into the game, and still he managed to pull some crazy stuff off. And yeah, but you know, I think in Flash's case that it's just too late. And oh man, a drop will be coming in probably at the expansion, and then it's really going to be GG for Flash, because he simply does not have any possibility of doing anything. He's building that 3rd expansion, but it will get destroyed. In the meantime, Fantasy is putting up 2 expansions at 7 o'clock, and also at the top left corner as well at 11 o'clock or something like that. And yeah, also the missile turret coming just a little bit too late. Again, mining disrupted at the expansion, and really, I think it's pointless for Flash to stay in this game. It's just, I don't know, it's just, you know, fight that he cannot win. Actually, this is a good idea. He should have maybe tried to do this a little bit more afterwards, after his initial attack failed, to try to harass more and you know, force Fantasy to bring home the troops and not attack Flash the whole time. But I think this is all too little too late now. And even though he did manage to kill 5 SCVs right there, you see 5 kills, good hero Marine, having killed quite a lot of SCVs there. He will still lose. And you see these dropships heading in here at the towards the 2nd expansion will of course be able to obliterate all of Flash's force. And I think that now he will type in GG. I mean, if he doesn't type this in now, I think it's really, in a way, preposterous, you know, the whole thing. And finally, he does type in GG, and you see he's really pissed off. You can see it on his face, and this is probably what kept him in the game so much. This desire to win it for KTF, and now being very, very annoyed by having lost this. But you know, yeah, you have to give it to Fantasy. He did a great defense in the beginning of the game, and this is really what brought him the victory in this one. Flash, you can see now he's really pissed off, and did you just see how he pulled out that cable, almost ripped it out of that socket? So he did. Oh man, did you just see that look? That was like the I don't know, the dramatic YouTube hamster look from Flash. So I think he will be looking forward to facing Fantasy soon again, to simply totally obliterate him. Really, the little monster is in beast mode right now, and we'll have to see who Fantasy will be facing off in this 7th deciding set between KTF and SKT 1. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. This was Blade of Fire with this audio commentary. Check out the Commentator Idol. Make sure you watch all the other commentators' videos. You can find all their YouTube pages linked on the SC2GG front page. And otherwise, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye. This is Blade of Fire warping out. Bye.